What's going on, everyone, and welcome to today's live. Boy, do we have some doozies today. We are going to go over a few things. We're going to go over some dating fails, and we're going to do a little bit of Dust Central, digging for gold, thoughtorific, listen to some wise women, watch some bad behavior, and do just a little bit of trolling. So I'm not going to hold you all too long. We are about to get started. So first up are the dating fails. Now, Joe, one thing that I will say is we talked about actually today we saw a post from a mutual friend of ours that talked about men going to singles events. And with that, this is something I literally just added to the show just because I thought it's something that could be addressed because I found it very interesting. So if you don't mind, let's watch this video.
Absolutely.
Let's bring it to the stage, share screen.
Well, I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend.
I'm so goddamn tired of being the fifth wheel or the third wheel. And I got into it with my friend today. And she was like, well, it's a lose-lose. Either they don't invite you and then you're hurt because you're left out.
Men are no longer attending these singles events.
A man walks into a mixer like this, singles mixer, and all the women turn their nose up at him and turn their backs to him and start talking to each other.
Fellas, start signing up for these events. Start going to these events. I like these events because it makes it easy to approach someone and it makes it easy for someone to approach you.
And because of that, these women are losing their minds.
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as the truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
We don't go to singles events because our self-esteem can't handle the rapid-fire rejections of 35 people in a night. I did it once and never again. I didn't even know singles events existed. Men don't go because they think that's where the leftover women go. They also think this to a slightly less degree about us on online dating. I wouldn't go to a singles event because I don't want to pay. If I can't get a girl for free, then I'm not spending money to learn the same thing twice. You are correct. Why would these men go to these singles events after hearing these women saying countless times over and over again that they are an independent woman that does not need a man for anything? But now they're all saying, I don't want to be independent anymore because they've realized that they actually need a man in their lives. They've realized that they've been lied to all this time.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right there. What do you think about what we just watched?
Well, honestly, man, I mean, first of all, I didn't know singles events existed until I would see some people's posts or some flyers and stuff. But I didn't know that was really a thing. I thought that was something just you see on TV. But anyways, yeah, dudes are tired, bro. Dudes are catching on now. You know, although we still have our Simpson Dusties, but for the most part, guys are catching on, right? They're really seeing that. They're really noticing that it's not worth it. Relationships are not worth it. And if you notice, most people are not in relationships right now. Like, relationships is really dying out. If you look at the current forecast of dating, people are either in quote unquote situationships or people are just kicking it because
So
they
the
know.
question, so the question is, so the events exist, and we're gonna watch a little bit more of this, not the whole video, just a little bit more. But people go, it's just not men.
Right.
So apparently somebody wants to be in a relationship.
Women, but guys don't. Guys are tired of it. Guys are, they well understand. Well, also guys are saying that most women are trying to go for that top 1% of dudes, right?
Mm,
Guys are sick, guys are egotistic. We're egotistic. So no guy wants to get rejected, pay for something and then get rejected.
nice. All right, I'm gonna watch a little bit more because another part's pretty interesting is coming up.
Mhm.
They've realized that they've been lied to all this.
The bench. I was over on the bench. I made a salad with craisins.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that mean, man? INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that mean?
To a singles mixer, and only women showed up.
Wow.
Attempted going to a singles mixer in downtown Phoenix. The ratio of men to women was way off. We left after maybe 40 minutes, but hey, we tried.
Okay, I'm confused. What happened to strong, independent women don't need no man? What happened to women not wanting to date men anymore? What happened to lonely, single, and desperate men would do anything to get a woman? For some reason, the math is not mathing. Because from what I'm hearing about singles events, it's flooded with women. Women are looking for relationships. Women are looking for relationships despite whatever they're saying online, that they prefer to be alone without men. See, women are not being truthful. They come online and they say they don't need a man. They don't want to be in a relationship. They don't want to settle. But then when you see a singles event, it's primarily all women. Where are the men? Yeah, we know where the men are because they don't want to deal with it anymore. You see, there's a big difference. When women say they don't want something, they actually want it. When a man says he doesn't want something, he means it.
If a girl is at a singles mixer, she's a red flag. If she was all that, someone would have dated her out in the real world. I got a dog to walk, barbells to press, and my guitar ain't gonna play itself. Who gives a crap about singles mixers? 2 years after my divorce, went out on 3 dates. Too much has changed and it's sad. 4 years single now. Happiest I've ever been. The Lord will give it if I need. These things are just for women. Why would men go to mixers to be told we're thirsty? They're so strong and independent.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty tough.
Yeah. I mean, that's the current nature of the day, man. Guys are sick of it. That's why that's why you see guys go black pill and all those different outlets, those different avenues, because guys are tired of it. Man.
Yeah, I saw that and see, just on a personal note, I'm not gonna say never, because I do know a couple matchmakers and I would go to support them. But outside of that, I don't really get into the business of saying never, but I would never go to one of those, like, ever. Like, seriously, even if it's masked as something else. I remember years ago I went to a speed dating event in Atlanta. This was like the early 2010s or late 2000s, something like this. This is years ago. This is before online dating was really a thing.
Right.
And it was pretty terrible. Yeah, it was one of those things. And like I said, I was young, and a friend of mine was at the time like one of Atlanta's biggest matchmakers. So went to the event and I was just like, man, I'm ready to go home. This is terrible. So it ain't for me. I mean, I'm sure it is for some other people, but for me, I meet women, other walks of life. Well, every walk of life except for that. So for me, I don't see the need for it. And I just don't think the type of women I'm interested in would even go to something like that. But that's just me.
I mean, I agree with you at 100%. I mean, the type of women we both desire don't go to those type of events. Usually it's a certain prototype. It's it's those strong, independent, I don't need no man type women. And we know what we're going to get going to those
Yeah, that is boss babe central, and
Yes, it
it
is.
ain't for me. I
Yep.
mean, like I said, if that's what somebody else want to do,
Yeah,
that's fine. It's just not for me.
absolutely not.
All right,
No.
so we're gonna switch gears. I wanted to get into that, but now we're gonna talk about being your type and what you're attracted to. So
Mhm.
let's listen and see what this person had to say here.
All right.
Oh, he actually tried to make a pass at me like for a year and a half, and I was like, not my type. And I had a dream that I was getting married, and it was him. Randomly, I texted him one day after not texting him for like a whole year and a half. It just started like that.
What would you say your typical type is?
I used to like Islander guys. I like that whole look. I mean, you just have to be a nice person, had to be respectful. But yeah, I was really immature, so I think I focused on the wrong things at that time.
So what about him helped you change what your type was?
I don't think it helped me change my type. I think I just started to look for quality traits, because you can have a really handsome guy and then he can be a total jerk.
For you, how did you not give up? Like, what kept you persevering and wanting to pursue her even after that year?
I patiently waited. I knew that was my wife, so there was no giving up. Like she said, sometimes it's immaturity that makes people make certain decisions. There's things to look for other than 6-pack and tall and 6 feet. And there's more to life than that. When all of that fades, what else do you have?
How did you know he was the one?
Your thoughts?
I mean, what they said sounds good, but I don't think it's legit, honestly. And understanding that he was the last option, you know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna last long.
Ooh.
He wasn't a priority. And you gotta understand how women are. They get bored very quick. So the moment that she actually sees somebody who she truly desires, it's gonna be a whole different ball game when she's
So
put in those situations.
You think she gonna step out once if she ran across
Yeah.
that
Oh
particular
yeah.
dude?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the fact, in my opinion, the fact that she's standing there in his face saying this stuff,
That's what I'm saying.
that really shows her level of respect. Even if she thought it, like, to even say that in public, in a public forum for people like us to react to it, it's just like the ultimate slap in the face. But yeah. So we're gonna talk about this brother caught his woman in a certain activity, but I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna yeah, you can already tell.
It's not your ex. So you didn't show me this and told me this was your ex before. No, I never. I thought I didn't have your location. You told me she was going to Walmart. Oh, who is that? Who? Yo. Oh, this what you do? Oh, this what you doing? I'm not doing nothing. So wait, hold on. I thought you was at Walmart.
What are you?
But you with your.
Babe,
yo.
First of all, you can see I pulled over in the parking lot because I was doing something. The car started overheating.
So you in the car in my car with your ex?
This is not my ex.
What the fuck? It's not your ex. So you didn't show me this and told me this was your ex before.
No, I never.
I'm not no goofy. I'm not no goofy.
What are you talking?
You showed me this man a minute ago.
What you mean shut the fuck up? You shut the fuck up. You got me fucked up.
Yo, get out my car. Yo, get out my car. Yo, get out my car. Yo, get out of my car.
Babe, let me explain.
Yo, listen, ain't nothing to explain. What's going on? Why you in my car with this man?
First of all, this is my gay best friend.
Yo, gay best friend? Yo, gay best friend?
This is my no.
Yo, get out of my car, bro. I'm not. Yo, I don't want to have to drag you out my. Listen, you start from you. You get out my car and you step out too. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, this is my car. Yes, this is my car.
The car, babe. Why are you doing this in front of my friend?
Stop calling me babe. I'm not your babe. I'm not your babe. Get out. Yo, get out my car. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, listen. What the fuck?
Hey.
Yo, who? Yo. Be honest.
I'm my ex.
Yo. What you think about?
That's a lot going on. Well, number one, being that other guy, I feel him because you're just put in a situation where you're just like, what is going on here? Then the guy who's catching this chick, that's why you gotta. I mean, you gotta bet your chick, my brother.
I mean, that's just that's disrespect on so many different levels. I mean,
Oh,
on top of,
absolutely.
she is in his car picking up another dude. That's just I can't understand that level of disrespect.
That's the next level. I mean, sometimes I think women show those signs early on, whether she truly respects you or not. So she
So
mustn't have shown those signs prior. It's
so
very
you think respect is a correlation between cheating?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fair
Respect is,
enough.
is number one.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Stay in the same spirit.
This is Johnny from work.
Oh man.
No, I just had a quick we're just friends. I just had a really tough time at work, so he's sort of pumping. Sorry, I told you I was at home. I didn't really want to get into it. I've seen you with Johnny.
Yo, where you going, bro? Hey, where you going? Hey, yo, where you going? You've been called out, man. Johnny. Wait, where you going?
You got. He's literally just a co-worker. Babe, no, come on, he's a co-worker.
Why would you be down the beach on a weekday?
Because I'm having. Why are you guys here?
Look at him. They're here for support. Yeah, they're support. Why is he walking away?
Just leave him out of this. He was helping you through a rough
You've been
time.
called out. Rough time.
Yeah.
What rough time?
I was having problems at work.
With him. All right. Going to beach. Right?
So the work husband, the infamous. Speechless much?
Dude, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't know who's watching, but I've been there before. And it's,
well, it don't matter who watching.
Yeah, I will tell you this. I mean,
the truth.
This is why, and this is my opinion, this is why as men we have to strive our absolute best to put our woman in a great situation. Because her going to work, that's very likely to happen.
So
very likely to happen.
If she's going to the office,
it's likely to happen.
Or to the store or whatever she works, there's a good chance.
Yeah. Especially today's climate in the work world. Now, if she works remote, that's a whole different thing.
It's different, but going into the office.
Oh yeah, that's more than
going
like
into whatever, whatever employer.
Yeah, because you got the boss. And quick little story. I was driving Uber a couple days ago, right? And I come across a young lady. She was in the back of my car, and she was telling me where she was going. And next thing you know, she said, "I'm gonna go meet up with my boss. He seems like a pretty cool guy." I was like, I didn't know where this is going. To level up in the company.
Yeah, she's trying to get invested.
Oh, I actually used probing questions to get her to reveal what she was truly doing.
All right, so now this one is about a woman applying pressure, and actually a woman expecting her guy to apply pressure. Actually, I can't play it because I don't want to get copyright wrote. But if you look at the captions, I don't want him. I told him not to hit me up no more, thinking he would chase me and apply pressure, but he left me alone for real.
Wow.
But the thing is, a lot of people play those kind of games. I always say, stupid games win stupid prizes. And, you sit there and say you want somebody, you don't want someone, or you want them to stop talking to you. You don't want to talk to them, or whatever the case. And then when they actually give you what you want, then you try to flip on them.
Yep.
And you sitting up here looking like her. And I just never understood it.
This called just womenese and delusion. That's really what this is. I mean, I've been through this before years ago, like 2012, where she said, "Hey, I think we should just be cool and friends." I said, "Okay," and never talked to her again. And she got mad at me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had that conversation. Like, that's cool because I'm one of the people. You say you don't want to talk to me, I will never in life
ever
hit you up first, ever, like ever.
I'm sorry. I don't care
That's
how much
just, and
y'all
no matter how I feel about you, and maybe it's my ego talking, but it's just who I am. But what can I say?
Yeah.
So here is one of your favorite type of guys right here.
Wow.
Hey babe, I'm home. I'm pretty hungry. Do you want to make dinner or cook something?
You can just DoorDash something because I already went out with a couple friends.
I actually got a bonus today at work because my boss has been saying I've been doing well, so he gave me like a nice little bonus.
How much is it?
It was $1,000. It's pretty nice.
What are you doing this way?
Do you want to watch a movie tonight? I feel like we haven't really cuddled in a long time.
I'm not really feeling a movie. I'm probably just gonna shower and go to bed because I have to wake up early.
Oh, all right. I love you so much. Will you just give me a little kiss?
You haven't brushed your teeth yet.
What does that matter?
Because it's gross.
So?
So?
Just a pet.
No, but it's gross and I already brushed my teeth.
Babe, I'm in the mood. How about we have some fun, you know?
Just maybe tomorrow, but it's been a long day. I'm really tired. So
Oh, I get it. All right.
maybe like tomorrow.
Your face says it all.
I was so triggered. I was so triggered because
what's your reaction?
Well, this is most guys in secret. You know, this is most guys. A lot of guys are like, "Could I get a kiss, baby?" She should jump. She should be, when you come home from work, she should jump on your body to want to be around you. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just me personally. I mean, I can't deal with no chick that's like that. I couldn't. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh, well, if you thought that was bad.
Oh, dear.
This video has no sound, but do you really need sound?
No, it says it all. I mean,
what do you think is happening right now? They are in the Nashville International Airport, which is a pretty busy airport, by the way. It's not,
you've been there
not a
before?
small airport. What do you think is happening right now?
Well, she obviously doesn't respect the dude because she's screaming at him in public. He's sick of it. He's just about fed up, but he's still gonna stick with her.
Look at his face.
Yeah, like a 5-year-old. Leave me alone.
Yeah, he's like all the way red and just about to explode.
Mm-hmm. This is why guys don't go to single mixers. This is what they deal with.
Well, that's probably what you get from a single mix.
Yep. Chicks like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She'll be
independent.
Right. She'll be ready to get married and everything right away. But then once the dust settles, then, and speaking of dust, let's shift gears because we're about to take a little ride.
Oh, man. My favorite.
What's up, Re-Ups? Let me put y'all on this roller coaster I just lived through. So, boom. I'm on the road 15 hours, no sleep, no breaks. Well, maybe a couple of for gas and snacks. But y'all get the point. I'm thinking this my moment. I'm about to ride my dude, 10 toes down, picking him up from jail like a real one. I'm playing music the whole way, imagining this big old reunion scene like something out of a movie. I'm thinking he gonna see me, be all emotional, and it's just us against the world type vibe, right? So I finally pull up tired, but I'm still hyped up. He walk out and I'm like, yeah, that's my dude. But hold up. This dude don't hug me, acknowledge me, look at me or nothing. I'm like, what's going on? This dude had the nerve to say, I decided to build my baby mama. I'm like, what? I said, you mean to tell me I done drove 15 hours, burn gas, time, and energy, and you gonna switch up on me like this? He was like, man, yeah, I want my family. I thought I was in love with you, but man, no, I want my girl or whatever. Man, I'm telling you, I never felt so played in my life. 15 hours for a heartbreak at the Chelsea.
Sorry not to laugh. Well, actually, I'm not sorry.
Oh, I do not feel I do not feel bad for this.
Do you know how many miles a 15-hour car ride is? That's that's somewhere between 800 and 1,000 miles.
Easily. I drove.
That's a long drive.
I drove from Maryland to Miami, and I know that drive. That's horrific.
Yeah, that is not. And so, and no telling if he was in prison, he did some time. It wasn't like he was in jail, for 60 days. So if he was in prison, he did some like actual time. So she probably put money on his books and
she did it all for my brother.
And she came down all them times and probably had conjugal visits and everything else. And she come down for that. I mean, you talk about, on one hand, I hate to see the heartbreak, but on the other hand, sometimes we are the author of our own issue.
Absolutely.
So I don't feel that bad.
Absolutely. I mean, even always reevaluating old situations. I am most definitely the author of all the situations I've been a part of. Absolutely.
Now, this one is what they want as a result of actually. I don't know if I'm gonna turn the music off because I don't know if this is copyright music or not. But what we're witnessing here is a justice of the peace, a young lady and a brother that is ready to exchange nuptials. And I mean, look at the smiles. Look at the body language. You all right over there, Joel?
Dude, this is I'm starting to accept reality of life, but it's hard to grasp it. Honestly, it's just like there's people who actually live like this, and she's so happy. She's elated.
Yeah, Jay, it seemed like your connection went down for a second. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
It's so weird.
Okay,
you back now.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is like I said, man, this is what you got. Some women that if a guy has a legit job, she don't want to go 50-50 or pay any kind of bills whatsoever. But then you'll bend over backwards for 2 in jail.
I'm gonna tell you something. I know a guy right now who is incarcerated, and he has women visiting him faithfully. So this is the reality of reality.
And I wonder how many of them have boyfriends.
Probably a few.
Here's another one of your favorites.
Oh my God.
Zone. The first thing I do is pick up my best friend from last night's sleepover. I always make sure to have her coffee ready. I know her order by heart. She then tells me every detail about last night. I had no idea she was so flexible. Around noon, I take Kristen out for lunch. I always make sure to pay. It's only a matter of time before she sees me as a romantic option. After that, we go shopping. Today, she's letting me hold her purse. Soon, it'll be her hand in marriage. Then it's best event time.
Ugh, I'm letting these guys have their way with me and they can't even text me back.
Guys can be such a-holes sometimes.
I just want to find a nice guy.
You know, sometimes the treasure you're looking for is buried in your own backyard.
Thanks, Bessie.
Around 4 p.m., Kristen breadcrumbs me with some light physical affection to keep me hooked for a few more months. Afterwards, I drop Kristen off at the bar. I stay sober so she can drink. While I wait in the car for her to get done having fun, I help do some of her work so she can get ahead for the next day. Later on, Kristen's finally finished partying. She said she met a new friend, Chad. I don't really like Chad. I dropped the two of them off at Chad's penthouse. I wave goodbye and get ready to do the same thing again tomorrow. And that's my day.
Even though this was a parody, unfortunately,
This is the reality, bro. The
this is
the
what
fact that the guy was in the backseat.
this is how a lot of dudes live. That's the
Oh
sad
man,
part because
it's
that is the actual real thing that dudes do. I mean, like I said, this was obviously, a staged reel, but
real
it's,
life.
some of the creative work is based in reality.
That's what makes it so interesting.
Yeah. So, so you guys out there getting a pat on the head, trying to get those covert contracts of maybe she'll see the kind of great guy you are. And then she continually going out with Chad and Tyrone and getting her back blown out while you pick up the pieces and pay for stuff on top of it. Yeah. Eventually you might get tired. Maybe. But
This
it'd
is
probably be too late because y'all are hard headed.
That's why guys need to understand. There's a psychology component that guys ignore when it comes to human nature, and I don't know. Guys are hard headed. You know how it is.
Oh, I know exactly how. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not I'm not surprised at all. So all right, so we got your next guy, your favorite.
Oh man.
A club, okay, and I met this baddie. I got her IG and I messaged her on IG. She replied, we're talking, and then she said she had trouble with her bills, right? I offered to help with her
You
bills.
offered to help a random girl with her bills.
She had a fat It's my weakness.
Oh.
I didn't give the money yet, though. The arrangement was I get something in return and I help her out. You know what I mean?
So you signed up to be a sugar daddy?
Yeah, kind of.
How old are you, bro?
30.
You don't get no so you're now paying for
If you have seen this girl, you probably would have.
Ain't no girl gonna make me give her money for me to her. How much money you gonna give her?
A 900.
Did you start that arrangement?
Well, yeah, I'm supposed to go there. I don't know if I'm gonna go though.
How much is your rent, bro?
It's like 1,400.
So you're gonna give a woman almost half your rent because she's bad.
I always wanted to hit it,
You're literally the definition of a simp. Because I think you're hot, I'm gonna pay you to any woman that gives men access to her body for money is what?
She's a normal girl. She's not like
talking about? She's taking money from you to you're gonna bring a son into this world. You're gonna be proud to do some like this. Little man gonna go up and think my dad was paying women $900 to.
Well, he wouldn't know because I wouldn't tell him.
Think about how sad that is, bro.
Okay, you're right. It is.
Then don't do it. Don't do it.
I went to a club, okay, and I met this bad.
So
that's probably the most triggering video I've seen today.
Oh, it gets worse.
First of all, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Can I make my analysis right now?
Yeah, please do.
First of all, I'm guessing he's in that 40K, 50K range, right? If you're paying $1,400 a month for rent, you're paying somebody half of your 75% of your check because she's bad. He's an idiot. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And a lot of guys are like this.
Yeah.
And he was trying to justify why he did it. And his reasoning was awful.
Yeah. Yep. And a quick pause in the action that you see scrolling down on the ticker below. If you find any value in this channel, make sure to go over to buymeacoffee.com/Delinz Reacts and, just buy me a cup of coffee just for entertaining you for this hour plus. I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, this is optional. Again, that is buymeacoffee.com/Delinz Reacts. I would greatly appreciate it. And it will also be down in the link will be down in the description. So let's go to the next video. Now in this one, we're going to actually shift gears a little bit, and we are going to about to go dig for some gold.
Ooh.
Because it's gold out in those darn hills. That's what I heard. So let's run over there really quickly. All right. Let's hear what this young lady has to say.
Been together 5 years, not married because of his finances. I want to be married. Should I move on? Absolutely, stop playing. You know how much a marriage certificate costs? I want to say in New York, my husband and I marriage certificate was $65. So when someone says that they don't want to be married because of their finances, what exactly do they mean? That sounds like absolute BS to me. I think that's an excuse that people use to not move forward and not take action. They don't have the money. This is America. You'll find the money if you want to do something. You're just not serious. He's just not serious. So if it were me, I'm not even if it were me, it was me. And after 4 years, you don't want to get married, you're not ready to get married, whatever the excuse is, deuces, I'm out of here. You see all this? Absolutely not. You are not going to waste my time and waste my good eggs. So I'm advising you based on what I did, and which is 4 years. Yours is 5 years. 5 years not married because of his finances. That sounds like an absolute BS excuse to me. I would absolutely move on. Absolutely. Been together 5.
So is that legit? Is she right or is the guy right?
Well, I would say they're both right. Number one, the guy definitely, I mean, if he's using finance as an excuse to not get married, that means he definitely doesn't desire. And two, I just don't like her attitude at all. Because if a guy is really, the serious guys that are really doing it, they set the expectation in the beginning. Like, hey, look, I'm not getting married, and this is what it is.
And I think I've been on the guy side of that. It's like, okay, yeah, I can pay for a ring and a marriage certificate, but the problem is you want me to pay 100% of the bills, and you want me to buy this $40,000 ring, and you want this extravagant wedding. And at that time, I wasn't able to do it. And now that even if I can now, I wouldn't do it. You know,
Right.
and so for me, with her at that time, I mean, I'm glad I didn't. That would have been a horrible mistake.
Oh, Jesus.
But these were the conditions of, yeah, I want to get married, but you got to do all this. So I'm like, well, we ain't there right now. I'm not there right now. So, you know, I could see that might be a part of it on his part. Now, to her point, like 5 years, you just wasting too much time. Like, because you know that if finances is a thing, because if he really wanted to get married and she really wanted to get married, they figured
Would have happened already.
he said they're figured out. But
Yeah.
I think it's more to it than that, personally.
Oh, absolutely. I just don't like her attitude. It's just,
I mean, her attitude stinks, but I mean, but she's not wrong. Her delivery.
She's not wrong at all, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's not wrong at all.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
And so that's why I always, I try to, when I watch these things, I try to take the facts out of the personality, because the facts are more important than the person.
Absolutely.
So her message isn't, I don't think her message is particularly wrong.
Nah, that's what I said on both sides, they're both correct, because I understand how.
Now, this one is a whole different thing. Now, this lady is going to tell, she's going to tell men where they got to take her, as if they're doing her a favor. So let's listen and see what she got to say.
I'm going to say this with my whole chest as a 40-year-old woman. When I was in high school, the boys were taking us to movies and to a dinner for dates in high school. In high school, you got a picture show and Applebee's.
That was my A&M playbook right there when I was in
I
college.
remember that. Yeah.
But the thing is, what she's not telling y'all is that was somebody you really like. That was not a first date. Like, going to Applebee's is like going to a steakhouse now, back in the day.
Teenage nephews recently took his girlfriend to a steakhouse on a date. Saved his little money, took his girlfriend to a steakhouse on a date. Do not let these grown men sit out here and gaslight you and tell you that something is wrong with you because you don't want to go on a walk as a date. Do with that what you will. I'm going to.
Yeah, there is something wrong with you, because if you have to do all that, like her nephew's being set up for failure, because apparently I don't believe that he's listening to any men in his life. And if he is, the man is probably a simp and not really that successful either. It's probably one of the guys we just looked at, first and foremost. Secondly, like I said, one thing I really don't like is when somebody tries to tell you how to spend your money and your time. So if I'm asking you out, you have the option to go or don't go. Like, we don't care. Like, you're, like she said, like, I'm a 40-year-old. Okay, good. So in your 40 years, I guarantee you the person you actually like didn't do all that. That's what I can promise you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, people like that annoy the absolute hell out of me.
I can't, bro. I cringed when I watched this.
Yeah, that's a little annoying, but you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so so now we got another guy that has voluntarily set himself up to fail because he told this young lady he's gonna take her shopping.
Come on, I was gonna take you shopping, but not no Louis Vuitton.
This is where I want to go shopping at.
Come
Where
on.
else is over this gonna go?
Man, come on, Forever 21. What you on? I'm not gonna take you to Louis
Forever
Vuitton.
21, boy. I'm not no Forever 21.
Man, you ain't been knowing you for that long. This is our second date, dude.
On a day when you need to be able to keep up.
Come on,
And
listen.
I
I'm not
shop
gonna
at
take you to
places
no
like
Louis Vuitton, bro. This is the second date, bro. I said I was gonna take you shopping Forever 21. That's the only place we going.
I'm gonna go on the store.
First and foremost, your second date, you ain't got no business doing shop. Well, you can go shopping, but she needs to spend her money, you spend your money. That's first and foremost. So you talking about something, I'm taking you shopping. He set himself up to fail. Like, you dummy.
The only place we going shopping, Derek, this is your channel.
The only place we going shopping is Publix. we can go to Publix.
He said
we can go to
Publix.
Kroger. And for you Chicagoans, we can go to Mariano's.
Or
you know,
Food Line.
for one of them, we can go grocery shopping. That's the only shopping I'm gonna take you.
Oh,
and it's
man.
the food coming back to my house.
That's
What the
right.
hell wrong with you? Oh, but that's why he takes an L trying to be big baller, but then he's like, oh, I'm gonna take you shopping. So she's like, yeah, well, take me where I want to go. It's just like, you tell me I'm gonna buy you a gift, well, buy me what I want. That's on him. That ain't on her. I don't blame her at all.
Most dudes are responsible, man. This is his fault.
Oh, it's 100% his fault. And ain't no sense in him getting mad because that's 100% on him.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Now, here's the interesting thing.
You know what's the saddest truth about dating that I have experienced? Like this, when I think about this, it makes me want to quit dating altogether, but I ain't no quitter, so I'm not going to stop. But the saddest thing is that the best dating experience I've ever had, the best treatment I've ever gotten from men is when I don't like them. The men that I like, I barely answer my phone for you. Every time you talk to me, I kind of have a little bit of an attitude. Like, I don't want to stay up on the phone with you all night. I really just, I'm barely here. That's when they want you the most. That's when you get the most attention. That's when they pursue you the hardest. Like, it's an unfortunate truth. And it's hard because as fun as that is and as satisfying as it is to like give nothing and get everything in return, that's not the type of person that I naturally am. Like, naturally, I want to be in love. I want to be all up in your face. I want to be consumed with love. I want to be so blinded I can't see nothing else. But as soon as I turn that lover girl mode on, you don't know how to act. They just can't handle it. They do not respond well to that. And the real key to still getting that treatment from them is to just solely focus on yourself, to center yourself completely. Don't think about anything that he wants. Don't think about what he needs. Just think about yourself and fill your whole life with you. But sometimes it'd be hard because I don't even want to be thinking about myself. I want to think about you. I want to daydream. I want to build a future, babe. You know what's the saddest truth about dating?
So you know who that's directed to. Top 10%. If you're not one of them, the other 90% are the guys that she don't like. This never gets old. It's the same thing over and over and over.
This is why now that people are catching on to this stuff. That's why the red pill and all this stuff is falling off, because you hear the same things. This is so typical. Girls are pursuing the 1 to 10% of dudes, and the rest are just leftovers and begging for an attention.
Yep. That's why they're not going to dating mixers. This
Yep.
this right here is another example of why men are not going to dating things,
She's
because
a
they
dating
know.
mixer type chick. She's
Oh, she
dating mixer material.
absolutely is. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's gonna get dressed up and look, super attractive, and the guy's gonna go and talk to her, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, here's my number," and she's gonna go out, and then she's gonna go around the guys that she actually like and complain about those same guys. Did we not? You and I, we just had that. We just heard that this weekend.
Literally,
So
man. I,
we witnessed it.
it's funny because I know, but I'm still in disbelief. It's just,
I'm never at this point. Not too many things can shock me.
yeah.
So here is, and so just for point of reference, how much does the average person in America make? Single person.
50K.
One income.
50K.
All right, good. Good. Now, people, that was not prompted. He said that on his own. I didn't. I just asked a question.
I would
look at
with
numbers.
someone who is only making 50K a year. I'm sorry, we need to have separate places. Now, once you start earning more money, then maybe we can talk about living together. But I feel like if you're only making 50K, your bills should be your bills and my bills should be my bills. And that's how I feel. So I would.
I got something to say about that.
Say it.
She's not wrong. It goes both ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, if you're a guy that makes 50K, why the hell are you? What's the point of bringing in another roommate? Because that as a chick, you know what I mean? Let's just having another roommate. That's stupid.
Well, I mean, just depends on your perspective, because then you all can, if you both, just say for instance, you both make 50K, and then that means you have 100K. Instead of you paying, he paying 1,500 and she paying 1,500, that's 3,000. You can actually get something nicer, probably 2,500, and then only have one utility bill, one, instead of having a whole bunch of different stuff. And even your car insurance is cheaper because you have multi lines, but people don't want to work together. They expect, she want to just sit around and wait for the guy that makes 150,000 and the guy that makes 150 and 200,000. Like, no thanks, because I don't need you.
Yeah, and that's why I said in both. I'm gonna agree on both ends. Number one, as a guy who people see, it's more of understanding female psychology. But when you actually find somebody who's willing to work with you in that department, which is very rare, but if you do, I mean, dude, you can hit the jackpot. That's like lottery, bro. If you find a chick that's down for that.
Because I've been on both sides of the income bracket, so I can literally tell you the feeling on both sides. Like, oh, okay, because then you don't. I mean, but there are women that are fine with that. It's like, okay, we work together. That doesn't. But then, unfortunately, there's guys that take advantage of the woman that will work, and then they'll be lazy and play video games and not look for a job. So it goes both ways. So I don't 100% blame her, but at the same time, I feel like she's putting herself like she is a person that really deserves a guy that makes a lot of money. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, ma'am, you might be out kicking your coverage.
Yeah,
so she needs to humble herself a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's wrong, but looking at the source, yeah. All right. So let's get a little thoughtorific here. Because in this segment, this is where we see a lot of interesting behavior. And, shout out to all my realtor girls, because y'all be doing y'all things. But I know what some of y'all be doing. And she's more of a comedic version of what y'all be doing.
Just call Deja. Just call Deja. Just call Deja. They call me Deja, the credit realtor. Freaking dream. Just call.
So what is she selling? She's selling a house, or is she selling something in order to sell a house?
Both.
Yeah, because some of these, really, especially in these real estate, these really attractive ones that's in the luxury real estate, yeah, they might be giving, the prospective buyer a little bit of extra
Oh
incentive
yeah.
in order
Oh
to buy. So I'm just gonna tell you now, Jay, trigger warning for this next video. This is when you are having a good time. We have cocktails. You know how we do. Our friends, we get together, we play music, we sit around, red cup party. We have a good old time. But sometimes when you bring your lady with you, she starts talking a little too much.
Never have I ever spit on someone.
So if you've never, for you all, there's a game called Never Have I Ever. And Never Have I Ever is basically you go around randomly say what you never have done. And you see there's a nice little crowd. So let's see what happens here.
That's a little nasty. That's a little nasty. Never have I ever had multiple partners. At the same time, that's kinky.
Okay, let's chill out.
Never have I ever licked feet.
Lick feet is kinky, bro.
Y'all chill out.
Never have I ever done it at the playground.
That's a charge.
So just so you know, you have to drink if you've actually done those things.
Right.
So just for the audience, you have to drink if you've done these things. And that's why Guy is kind of looking like.
Never have I ever ate it from the bag.
Yeah, where's the bottle?
Oh, what? You're embarrassing. You know that?
I thought we were just playing a game.
How you not even drunk?
Why are we doing this in front of him? Like, we did.
Why you
You
taking
could
that?
have talked to me upstairs or something. Why
You
you
could have
embarrassed
faked
me in
it.
front of
You
all
could have
these
lied.
people? What you mean? Never.
You all right over there? Look like you frozen.
Dog. Oh my God.
See, this is why you can't take. You got to know your girl before you bring around your friends. Because
oh, Lord,
their mouth.
Lord. I think this is stuff I think about often.
Why?
I'm like, well, this is so when I'm evaluating every chick, right? I'm like, okay, what's her behavior like? How would she act around my friends? How would she? And this right here, bro, this is stuff I used to fear in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring a certain chick and she starts talking way too much.
It's so funny. No, I've been in a position in the past that I've had to prime. Thank God I don't have to do that now. Because he would be on the best. She'd be on the best behavior now. But before I used to be like, okay, now you're going around so and so. You can't say these things or don't talk about this. I talk to you. That's not. It's like you have to prime her. But see, now, when you properly vet, you don't have to deal with that because they know.
Yeah.
I literally had this conversation and she was like, well, I know you don't like people to know stuff. I'm like, see, you understand the assignment.
It's funny. When y'all met Shorty, there was certain things I was like, when she was saying, I was like, okay. So she was making me look good. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, and I didn't even say nothing. It was just, you know what I mean? The expectations. I didn't expect that. So she got points for that.
See me, I be expecting like, look, I expect you not to embarrass me.
Yeah, exactly.
So this dude, he's confronting his girl about going out. Let's see what they got to say.
Where do you think you're going dressed like this?
What you mean?
Man, close that door. I'm serious. Close the door. Come on, you tripping right now. Like, yes, you're tripping. Why would you even want to go outside dressed like that? You're married.
Just like what?
Look what you got on. That's not appropriate. What are you talking about? You're my wife.
Talking about
Like, who are you trying to impress? Are you serious?
There's nothing wrong with what I have on.
It's a lot wrong with what you got on. Like, listen here. Listen, I don't care about you going out, but you need to cover up. Like, you're my wife. You should not be going outside dressed like this. Like, come on, we out of town. I know you want to kick it with your. What you mean? I'm not insecure. What are you talking about?
You go outside with a dang beater on all the
A beater compared to these little booty shorts. Are you serious?
What are you talking about?
Like, why are you going outside dressed like this though? That's embarrassing. You're my wife.
Like, it's just a slumber party, all girls.
No, come on, man. I'm not trying to hear that. Come on, you could have picked something else. Like, that's embarrassing.
So you don't trust me now?
All girls now. You know what's gonna be.
Nope. So don't.
Crazy.
No, come.
Maybe we should just like.
And I love how she flipped it back on him.
Well, number one, I definitely do not trust her one bit. But to me, she's probably already like that. She was already like that, even prior to him marrying her. So, yeah, this is horrible. This is typical, though.
All right. Now the question is, will you fly this young lady out?
Ugh.
I
wouldn't even get her a free bus.
Will someone fly you out?
Absolutely.
While in a relationship?
Yeah.
What about your man? How do you think he'll feel about that?
Him. I'm a Pisces. Him.
So you're telling me that if you're in a relationship, Drake hits your DMs,
If I'm in a relationship, if somebody flies me out, period, I'm out. You only live once. I'm a Pisces.
If you're in a relationship, would you like?
And the sad part is there are dudes probably in her DMs flying her out.
What do you do with that? How do you get up with that?
What you mean? I mean,
she ain't all that to be flying out. She ain't flyable material. She's more.
I bet you money. I bet you money dudes are flying her out. I bet you
most definitely.
I'll bet my savings account on it.
Oh, absolutely.
And it probably ain't one.
Oh, it's a bunch.
All right. Enough of the thottery.
Oh, Lord.
I need some women that gives me a glimmer of hope, because
there you go. Now they can calm my soul down.
Any wonder why men's mental health is in crisis?
Yes, because soon as a man opens up to a woman and tells them like their deepest, darkest secrets, women tend to use that against men. And I don't know why. I'm a woman and I don't know why.
Is it any wonder why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
she's right.
No lies told there.
I'm gonna be honest. I would never do that. I've done it once, ever again. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. No.
Nope.
Just tell me. Nope. I'll call you. I'll call some of my other homies. If I want to express some of my frustration, I'll call my homies. I'll call my mother. I'll call my.
I hire a shrink before I call you.
Oh, absolutely. What? You don't never. Yeah, you just never express yourself. Yeah, you ain't gonna hear that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do. I express myself, just not to you.
No. Absolutely not.
Because given in the right situation, you getting your feelings, it's coming out. You're gonna spill like old milk.
Oh yeah. What? Made that mistake before one time. Never again. F no.
Older lady tell me a real man is not going to be ruled by a woman. Don't go down the path of expressing criticism, disapproval, and an ultimate lack of acceptance for your husband because it may cause rebellion. She's telling the truth. A real man is not going to allow himself to be a pushover to the woman he has chosen. Men with their sense of manhood and integrity and dignity intact have this innate desire and need to not be subdued and walked over. A real man is not going to be ruled by his wife. It insults his sense of manhood. Women who have succeeded in breaking their husbands such that their husbands allow their wives to rule over them, those are ultimately men who they find themselves no longer attracted to.
Ooh, that was a lot.
She was right. She's absolutely right. No man who's a respectable man is gonna allow his chick to walk all over him. I don't know one guy who is any guy that I consider a respectable man does not let his chick walk all over him.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Now, this next one is from our favorite
I
from the
love her.
Given podcast. You see
She's amazing.
what gem
Look,
she got for us this week, because she always has something.
real quick before
Women hate, and I hate this for men because there's no appreciation for the effort that they do make, which is now making men lazy at dating. So what I mean by that is now, women are like, don't you dare take me to Cheesecake Factory. I like Cheesecake Factory. Girl, they got some good cheese. So I feel like the audacity of a woman to be like, oh, you gonna take me to Cheesecake Factory? Heifer, you should be glad you eating today, because otherwise you wouldn't be eating anything. Because you probably can't buy your own dinner. And that's the thing that drives me crazy, because really and truly, our habits as women is eroding the way that men show up powerfully because of the entitlement and the unrealistic expectation. And that's not fair.
And I have brothers. They're financially set. One of my brothers is a doctor. One of my brothers is a producer. One of my brothers high executive. They're like, if I find a girl that's like that, it's a hell no from the beginning. Like, they're like, I'm not dating no princess. Like,
well,
this is
I'm
ridiculous.
a princess. I'm gonna be a princess though.
They be like, no.
I'm definitely
What type
a
of princess? Because it's different type of. It's entitlement princess.
Oh, I'm not
Who's
entitled.
walking around like that, and then it's also princess who's like, I want you to treat me good. I do want you to like rub my feet. That's fine.
My name literally means princess.
Does it?
Yeah, Sarah means princess and also woman of many virtues. Like when you say my name, you're pretty much calling me princess.
Period.
Now, I'm not saying I'm like a pillow prince, but I have a standard for how I expect to be treated, but I also treat people well.
Right.
I feel.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, me, if you respect me, feelings reciprocated, you help me level up, you help me with my purpose. I mean, you're a useful person. You're going to get some of the benefits of me. You know what I mean? Without a doubt.
Yeah, and what I like that she touched on was kind of a response to what we saw earlier of the woman that says, "Oh, we're not doing the 40-year-old that was saying, oh, no walks in the park or Applebee's or whatever," and so she's okay with it, because their priorities are completely different. One woman actually wants to meet and interact with someone, another just wants to be taken care of and be told and tell somebody what to do. So it's just amazing looking at the stark contrast. And so I tell people, everyone's not the same. You just have to take each person individually and judge accordingly, because they're literally the exact opposite. And look opposite too, but that's another conversation.
Jesus. Whoever's with this chick, he's the jackpot.
Right, winning. All right, so this young lady is going to give us some relationship rules.
Part 2 of things my boyfriend and I do that may or may not be controversial, but we do anyways to preserve the masculine-feminine balance in our relationship. Quite frankly, I think should be the bare minimum anyways. Number 1, anything car-related, he takes care of. I never pump gas and I never go to service appointments alone. Number 2, I go to bed in a nice PJ set. So no oversized t-shirts, no baggy sweats, something cute, feminine, classy. My favorite is basically anything from Victoria's Secret. I like the modal short pajama set. Number 3, date nights are something my boyfriend takes care of. He plans and executes based on places I've mentioned I want to go to or see. Number 4, I make sure to always keep fit and stay healthy. No partner wants to see their significant other let go of themselves. Surely there are exceptions to this, but for the most part, I maintain a fit figure, healthy mind, and healthy body. Number 5, coffee runs to Starbucks are also something he will take care of in the mornings. So while I'm doing my skincare and prepping for work, he'll make sure to get my usual order. And finally, number 6, I always let my boyfriend make the final call when it comes to big decisions. As my man, I trust him enough to lead us in life, and that means having the knowledge and experience to make the decision that is right for the both of us. Exceptions to this are shopping and travel, because my wishes are his command. And that's it for part 2. Comment below.
She's right.
Yeah. I mean, I always tell anyone I'm dating, like, cars and electronics, like, why are you even being bothered with that? Like, you're doing too much.
It's funny because what I like, one of the things that she said that I liked is going to get her car repaired by herself. And she's right, because no, I would not let my chick go where there's hungry dudes at a mechanic shop that probably rarely see chicks, and are hungry. No, I don't want to put her in that predicament.
It's not even that for me. It's more of they're going to take advantage of her lack of knowledge of cars.
Oh yeah, yep, the dealership. Oh yeah.
I'm not worried about some dudes being thirsty. I don't really care about that. I'm more of with cars, and because I'm a car person, I understand how stuff works, and I know how much about things should cost. And I have literally went places and called. She called get one number, I'll call and get a completely different number. And then it's gotten to the point like, okay, you know what? Let me just call. And the same thing with car purchasing and anything else. Like, no, it's just like it's not being, it's not being a chauvinist. It's more of like, these are things I'm good at, and there are some things that she's good at. So it's all about that masculine and feminine balance that a lot of people don't want to deal with. All right, we're gonna shift gears and go to the troll games.
Hey, your comment.
Past 24 hours, I've seen multiple videos of men crashing out because the realities of no contact is finally getting through their thick skulls, which lets me know that us as women are doing a beautiful job as a whole of standing on business as we should. Love to see it. And I'm pretty confident that we are going to win this battle. However, if we want to win this war, we got to implement phase 2, which is keeping that thing on lock until he has enough skin in the game. I'm talking half of everything he owns needs to be put on the line, as well as his last name. Otherwise, no access.
Thoughts?
Just comedy, man. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, just why? That's my question. Just why? So let's see.
Not all people deserve mics.
Nope. Right. That's what I'm thinking. Like homegirl.
Man, is if you keep men in rotation. It's just like a job. It's easier to get a job if you already have a job, right? Same thing with energy with men. If you are looking for a relationship, or if you want to be in one, it's important for you to be dating multiple people, or for you to be dating another person, so that that energy is flowing, so that the person that you actually want to be with can feel, oh, she has options. She's not desperate. She is a high value woman. Don't think that just by being single and not having nobody that you're just being super available and that's attractive. It's not. A man only is going to want you if he knows that other men want you. Best.
No.
Nose ring, big tats, gold teeth. That's all I gotta say.
That's it.
That's all I got for that one. And so yeah, we listening to you. Yeah.
Horrible.
Now this might be a little bit better. Yeah, I can't. He said nothing wrong.
No, he's absolutely right.
Because if you that's what happens with a lot of these guys. They sit there and try to get things that they're not themselves, and then they wonder why, oh, she took me out, I spent all this money and she didn't. Well,
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a looks compatibility standpoint from a lot of things. I think you can't be a guy who is not as aesthetically pleasing, and then you expect to date somebody who is top notch. Doesn't match.
Yeah, like you have to, you have to cover all angles. It can't just be one. You can't just be financially secure. You can't just be good looking. You can't just have a personality. You got to cover all angles. You can't do one and just be terrible in another. At least be in the middle with all of them. At least be a well-rounded person. So it's nothing worse than that off balance person. All right, so last one for the night. We're gonna end this on a light note, on a funny note, but it's funny. His math is a little off, but I'll accept it.
I can't hear.
Well, I mean, other than 4 weeks in the year, if he would have just multiplied that by 52, because he actually came up with 2 weeks short on that multiplication. Me being the math nerd that I am, of course, I had to poke a hole in it, but he was close. It's a little short, so it's actually that number is closer to like 1400 or 1450 than 1344. But those are facts. If you think about it, if your lady leaves the house every day, assuming she leaves the house every day, yeah, there's a chance that at least 4 dudes are gonna try to talk to her. So yeah, so she's gonna get hit on 1,000 times a year. So that's another reason you have to cover all angles, because you got competition. You can't be slacking because she has unlimited 1,000 different opportunities. They might be bad opportunities. I mean, 992 out of the 1,000 are probably bad options, but they still are options.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man. What a night. What do you think about my clips for the week?
I would say it gets triggering every week. The triggering increases each week.
Yes, and to the audience, every Wednesday we are going to go at 8 p.m. on every single Wednesday, and I will definitely have more clips. I have so many of these because social media never rests. Social media never dies, and they never disappoint. So I definitely will be continually bringing you more clips, because some of the stuff just needs to be shown, because I don't make stuff up. I just only comment on what actually is happening. So again, there is my link to buy me a coffee, and coming soon I'm going to start a Patreon just so I can really start diving into dating profiles and doing dating profile reviews. And so when I put that up, I'll launch that next week and tell you a little bit about that. You are not going to want to miss that show, but that is going to be for Patreon members only, because I am going to limit my hate mail that I will get for that type of stuff. So yeah, that's it. Any last words?
Focus on what you can control, fellas. Please. Lord.
Yeah, man. Control what you can control. That's all you can do. So yeah, everyone, thanks again for sticking around and watching this entire live, because I have had fun. I have been laughing the entire hour. And yeah, I'm going to keep them coming, like I said, every Wednesday except for holidays. And I know we have Christmas and New Year's coming up, so obviously I will not be doing them on those days. But other than holidays, every Wednesday at 8. So make sure you stay tuned. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the likes, and looking forward to seeing you guys next week. And I will be dropping additional 2 more videos this week, just regular videos that you will not want to miss, because one is, well, both of them are actually arrest videos. So those are a good time. All right. So everyone, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next Wednesday. Deuces.